That's like someone trying to make like grilled chicken cutlets or something, right?
Yes.
And they're like, I didn't have any chicken, but I had some trout. So
Yes.
I grilled it up, and it tasted real bad.
There's bones everywhere. I hated it.
It was real bad, and it was a little raw. It tasted fishy. What the hell? 1 star.
Hello and welcome to the TIMEBAT Show, episode 18. I am Bat Snacks.
And I'm Time Aces. 18th episode.
Yes, it is. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well today. How are you?
I'm good.
Last week we had like a half. We meant it to be like a half episode, but it actually turned out to be like almost full episode.
Yes, and then additionally we did a live
the Switch thing.
Twitch. I don't know what you would call it. Like
Twitch
live.
Switch.
The old switcheroo is what we called it.
Twitch Switch Live Which switch do I twitch? Twitch which switch ditch. Sorry, I'm done.
Okay, it's okay.
I was trying to rhyme. There's a lot of things you can rhyme with switch and which and stuff.
Mitch, Fitch.
Lich. Ditch. Hitch. Bitch. Kitch.
Yes.
All right, we're done. That's the whole show.
And that has been the TIMEBAT Show. Thank you for joining us today.
We should do a whole episode where we just rhyme one word for
an hour and 20 minutes.
It would be really hard. We would need to choose a word that's really rhymeable, like dad or bad or like
dare, or
like one syllable word. Yeah, like dare.
Yeah.
Anyway, how did you like the Switch thing? Have you, now that a week has settled, are you going to buy the Nintendo Switch?
I'm going to buy it. I didn't pre-order it because, I don't know, I'm not that hardcore, but...
Well, you don't really need it the day it comes out.
No, I don't. But I will buy it sort of whenever it is earliest and convenient.
Yeah. So probably the first year, maybe the first 6 months, depends on what games come out.
Yeah, I mean, whenever it's safely in stock and I know I can drive to the store and get it, probably.
Okay, so maybe like
a couple weeks or something.
Yeah, it depends on when their stock holds up. You never really know with the new console, though, you know. Sometimes their stock takes a while to get back.
Yeah, the NES Classic, I think, is still...
It is. I think they really
ungettable.
I think they really produced those things or something.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I can think of as to why they're so poorly, out of stock everywhere.
Speaking of the NES Classic, do you know if they re-released any NES cartridges to go with that? Or
I don't think so. All the games are on the console itself. I think they're all preloaded. I don't think they released any cartridges. If they did,
it has all the licensed Nintendo games on it?
Not all of them. It was like 30 or something.
Oh.
It has all the big ones. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I thought it was just a small NES that you put physical cartridges into.
No. I don't think a physical cartridge would fit into the NES Classic. I think it's bigger than the console. But yeah, it's just a standard NES with no cartridges and all the games preloaded into memory, essentially. You know what I mean? Well, 30 games. I mean all the important ones. Really, Zelda, Mario.
Pretty much, it's like one of those things at the flea market that has 50 games in one. You just buy them.
But they're all Nintendo. But they're all licensed by Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's like the 50 games in one thing, but instead of being all really bad games, they're all slightly less bad.
They're all pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. You get all the Marios and the Zelda, and I think Metroid 1, and some of the other ones. Anyway, so that's still sold out. But Switch will probably be decently okay to find. Anyway, So this episode, we should talk about what we're doing right now.
Yeah, what are we doing right now?
Well, I don't really know. You're the you've kind of become like the I don't know how to describe the podcast relationship that we have right now. I do all like the back end editing kind of things, like the show presentation. But then you're like the
internet man.
You're like the IT person of this podcast. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's sad though. I don't want to be the IT person.
Do you know what I mean though? Like you're doing all like the. I don't know. I got our YouTube set up, and so tell our listeners what's happening right now, because they're probably listening live. Some people, maybe.
I mean, I doubt it, but so we are broadcasting live on YouTube Gaming right now, I think, and so it turns out it's pretty similar as broadcasting on Twitch. So that's kind of how I figured out how to do it.
That's good.
But yeah, we're live, and I guess it records the whole thing. So I started this right when we, even before we began the episode, almost 30 minutes ago.
So some of our hardcore listeners can go back and listen to us just
doing
talking,
nothing.
Doing nothing. Yeah, that's good.
If you really want.
And stuff. Oh yeah, I really want to do that for sure. Yeah, so we'll see if this works. Do we have any people listening right now?
There were viewers earlier, but none right now.
Yes. Well, maybe later in the show we can go back and check out.
It's our first time doing this.
Yeah. Afterwards, we can go check to see if we get any. At the end of the show, we'll go back and see if we have any people on our actually.
Yeah, and I think this is sort of a good thing because a lot sort of the meat of our podcast is question and answer, and now there's
potatoes.
Yeah, there's a way to ask live.
I like that.
So it could. I mean, the potential is there.
I mean, it's probably not going to happen, but the potential is there. Someone could potentially come up and be like, "Hey, guys," and then we'll be like, "This is my imagining, what's going to happen," right?
Yes.
I'm talking about something, and then you're like, "Hold on 1 second. It seems we have a listener question on the air. Let me read it real quick." And then you read it, and then we go off into that immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the technology is there for that to happen.
I wish we could patch somebody in.
What do you mean?
On a radio show, we got a caller.
Oh, the voice, their voice could be on it too.
Yeah, we got a caller. Oh, we could do that with real phones. See?
Yeah, just give internet people your phone number. That's a good idea.
Yeah!
Good thinking.
I'm full of ideas. I'm brimming with ideas. Okay, you want to get into the show proper? You want to, is anything else you wanted to talk about from last week? Not really?
No, I think we got our thoughts on the Switch out pretty good.
Yeah, I know, but did you have any personal anecdotes you wanted to share before I start with the weird shit on the internet we found this week?
So I was reading recipes the other day. I do have something I wanted to share. I was reading recipes the other day, and have you ever read recipes on the internet?
Yeah.
Looked at stuff on foodnetwork.com and
all recipes and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so have you ever read the reviews section on those sites?
Occasionally. It's usually just to be is this good or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too. But there's a pattern, or there's a certain kind of person that is going onto these recipe forums and is posting low reviews. And then their comments will be something like, "Well, I didn't have any garlic, so I just substituted some orange juice." But it was really bad. This recipe sucks.
You can't just make something randomly with some missing ingredient.
Someone saw a recipe for chicken pot pie on the internet, and it calls for carrots, and they substituted
dirt, not
carrots, lemons or apples.
Lemons would be the best.
Well, I was out of carrots, so
I used lemons. They're yellow, not red, but they're kind of have similar. I don't know. They're not really similar at all.
Yeah, people do that though. It bugs the hell out of me too, because they give the recipe 1 star and they're like, "This recipe obviously sucks."
It should account for me using lemons instead of carrots, obviously. That's like someone trying to make grilled chicken cutlets or something, right?
Yes.
And they're like, I didn't have any chicken, but I had some trout. So
Yes.
I grilled it up, and it tasted real bad.
There's bones everywhere. I hated it.
It was real bad, and it was a little raw. It tasted fishy. What the hell? 1 star out of 5.
Or like they go on Amazon and they buy, what would they buy? Like a video card. Mm-hmm. And it's not compatible with their computer, and they just try to like stick it inside their computer case.
Just like
and they think that's enough.
Or they open the disk drive.
They just try to cram it in there. They're like, obviously this video card sucks.
So they're like, what do you mean put it in there? Like they unscrew it and they just like place it.
No, they use their hand or a hammer and just whack it in there.
They don't like connect any wires or anything.
No.
And the computer just knows that it has to do. It's really smart like that.
Yeah, they spent $200 on that video card. It should work.
Yeah, it should. It should just know. It should have like an RFID chip or something, and it just sends a pulse to the computer, and then the computer somehow magically like magnetizes it into the correct position.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. No, I haven't really read recipes, but I'm gonna go and look now because that sounds very.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that. That's something that definitely happens.
The problem with that is like, so many recipes rely on a certain ingredient or a certain set of ingredients,
like chili powder.
Yeah,
or you can't just substitute cinnamon.
Some recipes have ingredients where it's just like, this is kind of an extra like garnish or something, or this is just adds a little flavor, but it's unnecessary. Like, for instance, like in like making, I know this because I used to make this all the time. Like making ground beef, like for like tacos or something. Yeah. You know, you do like chili powder and you like cumin and you like salt and pepper and a few other things. You can, as long as you have like chili powder, you're generally okay. You know what I mean? Like the other stuff is like not necessarily. Oh, and like garlic powder, I think too. But the other stuff is not necessarily necessary. But it's like adds a little flavor. But as like the chili powder is kind of really important to like get like that spicy, you know, kind of flavor. So like that's a very important part of the recipe. So you have to really be able to know that like, oh, this is kind of a substitutable thing, or this is like a very important, you know, ingredient or whatever. Like if you had something that required salt and pepper, and like it didn't have a lot of spices, but it required salt and pepper, and you didn't put salt and pepper in it, it's probably not going to taste how you would imagine it to, you know, to taste.
I think what happens is just people, they print the recipe and they start cooking, and then they notice, hey, I'm trying to make tacos, but I don't have any chili powder. I have...
This just tastes like beef.
Let's see, I have some ginger powder or some like vanilla extract.
I have brown. Some nutmeg.
Yeah.
And then they just dash it in there. And they're just like, this just tastes like beef with weird nutmeg flavor in it. Why doesn't it taste like a taco? Or whatever, yes. Right? Or like, this tastes like eggnog. Because they put nutmeg in it.
Anyway, so that bothered me this week. I wanted to share that.
Thank you for sharing. So I have a couple really, really weird animal-related stories to share with you today. Nice. First one, it spoke to me pretty immediately. In Oregon, we had a goat go into 7-Eleven on its own, and it ripped open a bag of sour Skittles and began to eat them. A goat after my own heart, if you will. So I guess, you know, in Oregon they have goats that just do that. I feel like we could make a map of every state and like what weird animal enters convenience stores and starts ripping stuff up. Yeah. Because like a couple weeks ago, I remember we had like an alligator went into like a Florida thing, and then like a raccoon was in like Pennsylvania, and blah blah blah. You know, like it's like
there was a beaver at one point too. There's a beaver. I think that was in Maine.
Yeah, and so like Oregon's got goats. They probably ate. I feel like I don't know why goats make sense for eating Skittles. I just had a lot of deja vu with this article. Like I've read it before.
Like, this is something that happens. Goats go into stores and they go straight for the sour Skittles.
Not necessarily sour. The way I have deja vu is like I have a vivid memory of a goat eating Skittles inside a convenience store, and I also have a memory of me reading about it on like a website. I don't know. It's very weird. I'm getting this very strange sense of deja vu right now. So maybe like years ago when we were kids, we like saw a story that was like this, like 10 years ago or something.
Or we saw a goat eating Skittles in a convenience store.
Maybe. It's like E.T. Oh, wait. No, that's Reese's Pieces.
No.
Damn it.
And he's not a goat. He's an alien.
He's not? He kind of looks like a goat, though.
No, he doesn't.
Eye.
Not at all.
Similar eyes.
Yes. He's like a goat.
What if aliens were like goats? Like, what if they looked like goats? Would we take them seriously? Like they stood up and walked
They're like satyrs.
Satyr. Oh, yeah. Like the missile. The missile.
They're like reverse satyrs. They have goat top and a man other legs.
Wait, I thought satyrs had a goat top and a man bottom.
I think satyrs have goat legs and a man
Maybe I'm thinking of
top.
Satan. I think I'm thinking of Satan.
Yeah, you're thinking of Satan, not satyr.
Satan, the Prince of Darkness.
Yes.
The root of all evil and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm just totally thinking of Satan. Maybe that's where I thought it from. Maybe there's like some comic or something where Satan eats Skittles, like in goat form.
Sounds like a pretty cool comic.
I know. I'm already intrigued. I'm already reading that. If that was like the cover art, do you know the Satan like picture where he's like raising his two fingers up?
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
It's like the pentagram behind him.
Yeah, it's like a very satanic looking thing. It's on like metal albums and stuff. It's like so he's doing that, and with this, and in his two hands, like he's cuffing like a bunch of Skittles,
and he's about to put them in his mouth.
Yes, and he's like about to.
That's like his gimmick in the comic.
Yeah, he like
eats Skittles, and he doesn't smoke like the devil usually does.
Yeah.
He eats Skittles.
Like he doesn't really have a lot of vices, but he has like a really intense sweet tooth.
Yeah.
Like really intense. Like he can't stop. Like that's
he buys the Costco size.
He buys
Skittles
like the
bags.
gallon ones or whatever.
Yeah,
and he likes every flavor. But sour is his favorite because he's Satan. You know.
Right. Yeah.
So sour would it's a little edgier.
Maybe there is something to your deja vu because sour, Satan, goat.
No,
there's kind of there's a process there.
There's something going on in my head. Yeah. See. But yeah, sour Skittles would be his favorite, and he would stay away from like tropical because that's not very satanic.
Yeah, it's too bright.
Definitely, yeah. Anyway, I don't know why. I just it does sound like a webcomic or like a comic though.
Yeah,
that would be his like one vice. Anyway, so Satan eats Skittles
in Oregon.
In Oregon, that would be a weird news story. If I saw that one, we'd have a whole show on it.
Satan, we'd need to have a real talk about that.
we'd have to have a good old sit down on that one.
Yeah.
Satan spotted in Oregon eating Skittles. Not only Satan, but like goat Satan. Spotted in Oregon. I wonder if that's like his name. Like, is there like a term for the Satan of goat form, or is it just goat Satan?
I'm not really sure.
Baphomet, it says.
Oh, that's like the Final Fantasy summon.
No, that's Bahamut.
It's spelled the same.
No, it's definitely not.
Well, I thought they were the same. Well, never mind.
I googled goat Satan, and that's what I found.
Okay.
There he is. Yeah, I see the picture that we were talking about with the two fingers. I see where the Skittles would go. Anyway, okay, on to the next news story. This one's a zinger. So, in Finland, I don't know why it's Finland, but I guess that's where these things happen. They have a new artist, hot new artist in Finland, painter, and it's an animal.
Is it an elephant?
No, it's good. It's almost as good as an elephant, though. Think big.
Think a giraffe.
No, not that big.
A bear.
Yes, it's a bear.
Yes.
It's a bear artist. And the best thing about the bear artist is they just like, it seems like they give him like They give him a big canvas, and they just leave paint and some, like, wood and, like, paper, and then he just, like, he bears around on it.
That's awesome.
And then basically a picture is formed. And anyway, the reason this article is a thing, because this week was the grand opening for his official gallery, the Bear's official gallery.
Wow.
Yeah. The bear wasn't there, though. He was sleeping. He was hibernating.
Yes. It is pretty cold right now.
Yes. But the exhibition was entitled Strong and Soft Touches. And the bear's name is Juso.
Everything about that is so
Who,
good.
quote, uses his body as paintbrushes.
So this bear, he just, like, he puts the paint on him and then just, like, gets the canvas.
Yes, essentially, he jumps, he gets himself ready,
Yes.
and then he paints.
And he just rolls around and bears.
I wish I could do that for a living. Like, this bear is getting, like, a good number of people that are interested in him, and like, he's probably not making money because he's a bear, and animals can't make money, but the person that, like, owns the bear is probably making a pretty good buck off that. You know? I'm like, I wish I could do that for a living. Like, why am I not allowed to do that?
Yeah, where's my gallery in Finland?
Where's my paint canvas? And, like, why aren't people dousing me in paint and just letting me roll on things and call that money? It doesn't make sense. But, like, literally, I just watched a video, and it's literally just him, like, rolling on like a piece of wood.
All right, let's dissect this real quick.
He's like, there's a part where he's like sleeping on the canvas, and he's like itching his face, and then like that becomes like a painting or whatever.
Do they like throw a bucket of paint on him, or does he put the paint on himself?
I think the way it looks like is they like cover. It looks like they pre-cover the canvas in paint. And so, like, he'll roll into it and stuff, and then, like, it'll just make a design or whatever. So like, he'll get himself painted by just laying on the canvas. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like.
So he's not even making a conscious effort to paint. He's just being a bear.
No.
And they're putting art supplies around him in a way that he has no choice but to produce paintings.
Being a bear, yes, that's exactly what. I didn't mean to mislead you with the article of like, he's painting. Like, no, he's rolling. He's being a bear on top of a canvas, and there's art happening underneath. If you know what I mean.
That's okay. So the bear isn't like entertained by paint and isn't like.
Oh, I think it seems like he likes the paint, but I don't think he's making any conscious effort to like distribute it in a pleasing way on a piece of paper. I think he's just enjoying himself as a bear, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do.
And they have him like on a bench, like there's a bench or something that like he does all his work on. He's also looks like he's painting himself a little. They noticed it by he accidentally got paint on his paws one day, and he started marking things with them, like accidentally probably, and then the rest is history. And they're like sat him down on a bench, threw some paint all over the place, and he just continued.
He does what he always does,
He just continued being a bear. Man, this is not fair. So, the exhibition opened with 11 pieces of original work, and some of them sold for as much as $4,200. Like, that's not fair.
No, it's not.
He takes a nap for 30 minutes and he sells it for $4,200. I want that job.
He's not even making a conscious effort to do a job.
He doesn't even know. This bear is more famous as a painter. This bear is more famous as a painter than we will ever be as podcasters.
Or as anything.
Or as human
probably.
beings in general.
Yes.
And we're consciously trying, and this bear is just being a bear.
Yep. Maybe
That's-
the secret is
That's
to
the
just...
universe right there.
Maybe the secret is to be a bear.
Just not care.
Yes.
Do whatever you do. Just seems unfair, doesn't it? You know? Just to...
Is it the bear or is it the bear's owner that's doing the art? I think the bear's owner is technically doing the art.
No,
right?
I mean, the bear's making the art, but I think the owner
Is he
just
really?
I mean, I don't know. It seems like it. Some of this art is pretty good. I don't know if it's an accident or not. Yeah, it's probably an accident. I think they're just giving the bear, like, ample... They're making the bear... They're giving the bear a setup in which art is going to form around him. if that makes sense. And the bear is just, like you said, being a bear and kind of...
I think it's the people then that are doing the art because it's kind of their creative process, not the bears.
Maybe. I suppose. But,
Like-
then again, if the bear wasn't in the equation, the art would... Like, no one would care about the art.
No. Like, if I would cover
went-
myself.
If you went to this dude in Finland and was like, I want to do what Joso the bear does, and then they'd be like, all right, and they'd throw paint on you, and you'd roll around, like, no one would care. They'd be like, look at that crazy guy.
Like, I'm definitely not buying that.
And then they'd be like, leave it to the experts, and then, like, the bear would walk by and, like, do the same thing, and everyone would take pictures and be like, oh my god, look at this beautiful artwork he just made. So that's that's our competition in the world, a bear.
Yes.
So remember that, you know, when you're feeling down about yourself, or like, oh, I haven't accomplished enough in this world. Like,
A bear has an art gallery in
The
Finland.
bear has an art gallery by doing absolutely nothing.
Yes.
Okay, well, you want to get into some Reddit questions today?
Let's do it.
Do you have a pressing one that you want to say immediately, or not? Or do you have?
No.
I can go if you want. All right, I'm gonna open with an easy one.
Okay.
So, have you ever been in a dangerous situation where you didn't know it was dangerous at the time of it happening?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Give me an example.
I think everybody has.
Yeah, I think I have too. Do you have an example?
Like physical danger?
Yeah, or what other kinds of danger are there?
Emotional.
I guess. I mean, that counts too. Depends on how deep you want to go, if you know what I mean.
Well, the first thing I think of is work-related accidents where I did not know I was going to make a mistake and then I made a mistake. Like, for example, I was provisioning like about 300 devices with a proxy profile.
Okay, I don't know what
And-
these words mean. No, I'm just kidding.
So pretty much I was making it so that these 300 devices needed to use a proxy to connect to the internet.
Okay, gotcha.
And these devices were already connected to the internet, and that's how I was sending this profile to them. But
Yeah.
after I send this profile, they can only connect through the proxy. Well, I made a typo in the proxy.
All right.
So all of the devices were taken offline, and I had to reformat all of them one by one.
Manually?
Yes. Because
Oh.
they were disconnected from the internet. They can only connect through
Oh, so you
the
had
proxy
to like
that doesn't
physically, yes.
freaking exist.
So like you cut it off from you being able to do anything to it. From
Yes.
Where you were. Yeah. So and you just didn't realize that was like obviously bad at the
Yes.
time of what
And
you're doing.
I had to work an entire weekend reformatting one
How
device
many
at a
were
time.
there?
About 280.
Yeah, that sounds real fun.
It wasn't fun.
How long does it take to do one device, like to format one?
Like a minute, but still.
Oh, that's not bad, but still, like 280 is a lot.
that's
No,
a
I'm not.
long
I'm not
time,
saying it's
yeah.
not. It would just suck if it was like 10-minute process for each. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it was only about a minute.
Then you need like help. You need to call in reinforcements or something.
Yes.
Mine. What?
How about physical danger? Have you had any physical danger close calls?
Yes and no. I'm trying to think of like physical.
Yeah, I think those would be funniest.
They're mostly just scary, and I don't know if I want to like.
I know what you mean. Like, I'm thinking of some, and it's just like, I don't know if I don't want to go there.
That's appropriate for our charming, lighthearted podcast.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Well, I almost died once, and like, I don't know if I want to do that. Emotional, I'll say I had a similar thing with you. Like, I was doing some tech stuff on like on a database. I was like running queries on a bunch of data, like for one of my jobs. And we had like a bunch of customers, in this database or whatever. It was fine. And I was like, mostly, and I don't know why they gave me full database access, which, was okay.
It's your job.
I won't make anything, well, it wasn't like, it wasn't my job description, but it was just something I was doing, like, as part of my job, but like, I wasn't like, oh, Chris, you're going to do all the data, you know what I mean? You're the
database man.
Exactly. So I was like looking into some data, like I was researching for research purposes to like collect some information. So it was mostly just queries to like find stuff about customers. And instead of like running a search, I accidentally ran the opposite of a search, which is to basically, if you know anything about databases, you can say like where something equals whatever and like find all the users that have that, or find all the entries that have that. Instead of doing like a where, it was like basically setting everything to that.
Yes.
And so like every user in the database like removed whatever entry was in some certain part and like introduced my own custom. So everyone had like the same age. I don't remember what identifier it was, but like everyone like got the same age or ID numbers, like something like that. And at the time I didn't know it was like that bad. I was like, oh, I could just undo that, right? And I was like, no. You have to like roll back. So like we had to like roll back to like a older version, which wasn't a huge deal, but it wasn't like a trivial thing by any means. So anyway, like I didn't know what I was doing was as dangerous as it was, and then
I guess the moment of danger in both of those situations is you're about to press the enter key,
and you're like, it's gonna be fine,
and not everything was fine,
right? And you're like, what? You're basically in your head, you're saying, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
And then like you don't think about what the worst is, and then boom.
It's really amazing how much damage you can do with one like, keystroke.
Whoops. Yeah, computers are like that, man. Yeah. Especially like whenever you're doing text-based stuff too, command prompt or like you're writing queries or something, like whenever you're doing text-based, like that stuff
you're doing batches, like you're doing multiple iterations of
that
things.
Stuff will get you because there's not as much like with like a UI. There's more like, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure you're sure you want to do that? Whereas like text-based is just like delete 5 million things, enter, and there's just like done, and you're like no. It just happens, and you can't really like undo it. I saw a story online once. There's this guy that had his own like software company, right? Mm-hmm. And he was a one-man act. Like it was like him and like maybe 2 other people, and they all worked from home, remote stuff. And they did some software for like businesses or web development or something like that. I don't remember exactly what. But anyway, he had all his stuff on like Git, right? On like GitHub. Yeah. If you're unfamiliar with that, it's just software versioning. Like you put something up there, and then later you can take it back down, make edits, and if you don't like it, you can discard it. And it just keeps your stuff up to date. So he had all his whole software on there, and then one day he like ran some command from his command line on his computer that like basically deleted his entire like history, and he didn't have a copy, and he like deleted the copy on his computer too because he like was trying to make room for something, like he was trying to clean out a lot of stuff, and it was just gone forever. Like it's literally his company just vanished basically, like off the face of the earth. And like all he did,
nightmare.
And he did like it was like one command. It was like a delete all something or other, and like. Granted, that's a command you shouldn't use lightly. I don't know the exact command, but like he just did like one thing, and it was like it's gone, poof.
Yeah, his whole life just changed
his
forever.
Life just was like, well, that's it for me. I guess I'm not doing this anymore for a living. Like that's insane. and I don't think there's any way to go back because, like he did it like I don't remember the mode, but I think like with certain commands on Git you can do like force or like you could basically turn off the safety net stuff.
Yeah, usually when you execute those commands, it'll ask you yes or no for every single file, but you can force it. It's a simple -T.
Yeah, or something like that. And so he was like, he did the one that like forced it. So it was like, there was no like safety, like, hey, are you sure you want this to happen? He's like, yep, and it just like wiped it out. So don't mess around with computers if you don't know what you're doing. That's the moral of the story, right?
Yeah, I read actually a similar really funny one keystroke changed a whole lot thing with United Airlines. Mm-hmm. Their social media manager posted, so someone was complaining to them on Twitter, and their social media person responded to them with a link that was supposed to lead to the feedback form.
Yeah.
Well, the thing they linked was not a feedback form.
I can't wait to hear what it was.
That's all I'm going to say. The rrest is not appropriate for this podcast. Was the
person looking at things on his or her computer?
Yes, he was.
Well, let's just put it this way. Were they enjoying themselves?
It was... No, it's so much worse and better than you can imagine.
I kind of want to know. All right, you can't.
I'm sure you can find it.
All right, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
My imagination is running wild. What topic do you know a lot about, but nobody ever asks? I have a few of these, I think.
Yeah, I have a few.
I'm trying to think of like the one that I like always want people to ask about, and then nobody ever does. I'm trying to remember.
Carl Jung.
You know a lot about Carl Jung?
Yes. Philip K. Dick.
Do you really know a lot about Carl Jung, though?
Yeah.
Like you read a lot of his books or something?
Yeah, I bought his pocket anthology and read most of it.
Yes! So, like, you know all about what is the...
Archetypes. Yeah, I know all about the id, the ego, and that's Freud.
That's Freud,
yeah.
Though. Didn't he do what was it? It was like the supers... No. He had some weird, like... I don't remember.
He was really into mythology and alchemy.
Like alchemy, yeah, like the albedo and the rubido or some crap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, which was, like, supposed to be in conjunction with your personality or some crap? I don't know.
Yeah, he
got really weird at some point, and I stopped, like, reading stuff by him.
Yeah, I've only read the weird stuff.
Yeah, well, I figured you would.
Yeah.
So you know a lot about that. If someone asked you, there you go. So I think mine would be, like... I know a lot about music, like trivia and random stuff. Like, a lot.
Yeah, you do know a lot about. It's like there's like a certain genre of music that you know a whole lot about. Well, not like one, but a time period.
Yeah, I would say like 1960, 1989 I know a lot about.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nobody asked me about that. I'm trying to think of other topics I'm like a secret expert on. I don't know. I guess that's it. Video games, that's not really a secret.
Yeah, video games, but that's not secret.
Everybody knows that. I'm not really an expert on it either, though.
How about Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yep, that's you. You didn't know who Vector the Crocodile was, though, remember? So
yeah, I guess I can't really say that.
And you didn't know that Sonic's girlfriend was named Madonna, so obviously
no, I didn't.
You can't say that either.
I don't know, like, everything.
I know, I'm just kidding. Speaking of Sonic, we're going to have a Sonic trivia question later. Are you excited about that?
I am excited about that.
Okay, what song should we give, speaking of music, what song should we give to the aliens to make them discover human music? I like how this is worded, because it's like, to make them discover human music. Like, we're forcing them to discover it. What song would you play for the aliens? Like, first
you only
song.
Get one?
You only get one. Only one song. It could be classical, or it could be not classical.
I wouldn't see classical would be the smart choice, but
Yeah.
it's probably not what I would pick. I would probably pick something that I'm personally biased towards.
Like what? Give me an example.
How about More Than a Feeling by Boston?
Then they would be at least entertained. They'd be like, "Oh, human music is catchy" or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "I'll listen to some more of this." What if you gave them something really bad? Like, so they're intrigued by it.
Cotton Eye Joe. Be like, listen, guys, this is where human music. This is all of human music.
This is the pinnacle of human
song.
music. And don't tell them that you're looping it, but loop it. Like, do it for like 10 minutes. And like pretend that it's just one continuous piece of music, you know, because it loops pretty seamlessly too. You know, I've done it before.
Yeah, same.
So just, you know, give them that and then just let them breathe in those Cotton Eye Joe vibes.
They wouldn't want to turn it off because it would be like they'd think it was rude. So they would keep. They would know it was looping.
It would be kind of like eating dinner at some place for the first time, and like it's rude to like not. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, it's
rude to not eat it. So you just kind of make the effort, you know. So with Cotton Eye Joe, it'd be kind of the same thing. They'd be like, "Yeah, this is great."
Oh,
you know?
I see. We're coming back around on.
It's like, oh, it's this part again. This really repeats a lot.
I like this part.
The funny thing is, like, looping Cotton Eye Joe, like, the song is only 3 minutes, and it already repeats itself a lot. Yeah. So, like, looping it, like, 10 times would just be, like...
There's only one lyric in the whole song.
I know. That's what I mean. Like, looping that 10 times would really do a number on the aliens, I feel like. Yeah. That'd be good music to play for aliens that are attacking us.
Yes.
Just blast that out to them, you know.
It's like Signs. That's their weakness. It's Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Like, they just can't handle it.
Yeah, they like can
the weird auto tuning and like bass just like it melts them.
I imagine Signs like the exact same movie, right? But like replace every mention of like water with the Cotton Eye Joe, like just dub it in. Oh my God,
that's so good.
So like, do you remember the part where like I know like I'm glad we talked about Signs because it's like literally one of my favorite movies, and people make fun of me for that all the time, but I love that movie so much. You've seen Signs enough,
yes?
Right? Okay.
I wouldn't call it my favorite movie.
It's a good movie, though, right? Come on, it's good. It's good.
I'll give you that.
Okay, so anyway, there's a part in Signs where like Mel Gibson's character is like trying to figure out what's going on with the aliens and stuff, and one of his neighbors is actually played by M. Night Shyamalan or whatever, right? I don't remember the neighbor's name, but anyway, so he like sees his neighbor like about to drive away in his SUV. And he's like, "Where are you going?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm leaving. Like, it's going to get really dangerous tonight because the aliens are coming in." Mm-hmm. And he says, like, "I heard the aliens don't like water, so I'm driving to near a lake or whatever." So, like, in the new movie, it would be like him saying, like, "I heard the aliens don't like Cotton Eye Joe."
And so then he just cranks it and drives off.
Cranks Cotton Eye Joe and drives away. And then at the end, do you remember the end with the bat
scene? This is what I was thinking about.
The end with the bat scene. So instead of wagging,
he hits a jukebox and it blares to life. And then he goes over to his stereo and he turns it on there too. And it's like playing in two different places in the movie. And there's really bad like reverb and
it sounds completely out of place and bad. Yes. And like instead of having a lot of water cups in the house, they have a lot of like mini jukeboxes like in the house for some reason.
Yeah, no, they have like a home entertainment center. They have a jukebox. They have a record player. They have
a CD player. They have an MP3 player. They have like a bunch, and he like whacks them all with a bat, and they just start singing Cotton Eye Joe like really loud, and the alien's like. And instead of like the water droplets, you could see like sound waves hitting the alien.
Yeah.
And it's like.
And it's really important that the viewer hears them playing on top of each other.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
20 instances going
like,
on. And they're all like out of sync, so it's like even better. It's just an assault on your ears. Like you just hear. You feel like the alien in that moment.
Yes.
Right? because you feel sympathy to the alien in that.
And the new M. Night Shyamalan twist at the end is that the aliens are the humans.
Oh, because it's us.
Yes.
That's how we. That's how.
The alien tears off his skin, and it's revealed he's a human underneath, and that was his spacesuit.
And he was coming from the future to see us or something.
Yeah.
He was they were time travelers trying to tell us what not to do. Oh, here's some problems we had in the future. We want to keep you up to date of them, but you just kept blurring Cotton Eye Joe. And in the future, Cotton Eye Joe is banned. It's outlaw. It's an outlawed song. It's forbidden music.
It's so offensive that it can kill someone.
And it does. And
it does.
I just imagine the rest of the movie being rewritten for Cotton Eye Joe. Because you remember? Oh, go ahead.
The movie could be pretty much the same. The big water reveal isn't until the last 15 minutes.
Right, but the movie's called Signs. So here's what I like about Signs. They do foreshadowing really well. So they have all these setups for all the things that are revealed later.
Yeah.
So the water cup thing, it's it works because earlier in the film you see the little girl, she drinks water but she never finishes, so she leaves glasses everywhere. So you'd have to rewrite that. But she listens to Cotton Eye Joe around the house, but she never finishes the song because she hates it so much. She likes it, but she can't get through the first minute or two of Cotton Eye Joe. She's obsessed with listening to the first 30 seconds of Cotton Eye Joe.
And then the son who has asthma, instead of asthma, he has temporary death fits or something.
Yes. Temporary death. He'll just go in and out of being able to hear or not.
Yes.
But yeah, so she's walking around the house with Cotton Eye Joe, and then she's nope, can't do it. And then she'll pick up another one, and then she'll be oh yeah, and then she'll be nope, can't finish it all. So it's Signs Cotton Eye Joe edition. I like that. I think the aliens would.
It makes more sense than water, because really think about it. Would aliens really land on a planet where they're allergic to water without suits?
That's true.
Where 20% of our atmosphere is water vapor?
They wouldn't expect a Cotton Eye Joe. Wouldn't expect it. No one would expect that. And then they'd get it and be shit, we didn't account for Cotton Eye Joe being a song, being an actual thing that happens on Earth or whatever.
Yeah, They could be totally unprepared for that, whereas water, they really should have known.
They should have known about that. But you can't prepare for Cotton Eye Joe.
No, nothing can prepare you for Cotton Eye Joe.
Okay, do you have any questions? You said you had a couple.
What is the most aesthetically pleasing movie?
Blade Runner.
Good answer.
Blade Runner. I think it's a really pretty looking movie. What would yours be?
I was thinking a Del Toro movie, but I'm not sure which one. Either
Pan's Labyrinth or something?
Pan's Labyrinth is real good.
Yeah, it's a good looking movie.
Or Hellboy.
Hellboy is cool looking. Hellboy 2 is cool looking.
With the gold room.
Yeah.
I guess Lord of the Rings is really, really, really pretty too.
That is true. Yeah. I like all the they all look really good.
Yeah.
They hold up pretty well too.
Did you like the Hobbit movies or the Lord of the Rings movies better?
The Lord of the Rings movies, obviously.
I kind of liked the Hobbit a little bit better.
You're lying to me right now.
No, I'm not. I really liked the Hobbit, yeah.
You like them better than Lord of the Rings. Do we need to have a discussion about this right now?
I mean, maybe I just haven't seen Lord of the Rings in a while.
Did you see all of the Hobbit movies?
Yeah.
Did you see the last Hobbit movie? Where most of the movies just are one long battle?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I like the Hobbit movies. A lot of people give them shit, and I liked them, but they weren't the Lord of the Rings quality.
I thought they were at least as good, but maybe I'm misremembering.
No way. Lord of the Rings had way more characters that were interesting. The Hobbit had it had Bilbo, and it had Gandalf, and it had all the 12 dwarves that I don't remember any of them because none of them.
They were pretty much the same.
They were all the same. They were all
Okay, you're right. You're right.
You know, like
I just haven't seen Lord of the Rings in a long time.
eating, spitting, farting dwarves, basically.
Yes.
Except that one, like the handsome one.
Yeah,
Right.
I know which one you're talking about.
Thorin. I can't believe I
Yeah.
remember his name. Thorin Oakenshield. How do I remember his name? Thorin Oakenshield. Yeah, he was like the pretty one. Well, the leader, and he was like, I'm Thorin Oakenshield. And he was like a dwarf.
Yes.
I mean, they were okay, but they weren't Lord of the Rings. I did like the second Hobbit because of Smaug, the dragon.
Smaug the dragon, yeah.
He was cool. He wasn't in the third one enough, though. That disappointed me a lot.
How about this? I have another question.
Okay, go.
So this is something that's not really a big thing anymore, but I think we grew up when these were big. What is a webcomic everyone should read?
Oh, I have no idea. Like, I'm not like the generation. I'm not in the webcomic. I mean, I guess I was on the cusp of it, but yeah, I don't have.
You didn't read any early webcomics?
Oh, I definitely did, but like, I don't
think everyone should read them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any that are like, oh, everyone should read, that or whatever. Like, what were the ones that kind of started, right? Webcomics, right? You had
Nuclear Power. That was the
Nuclear
original.
Power. That was like my favorite one, I think.
Yeah, that was the Final Fantasy 1 sprites.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still around.
I don't think so. 8-Bit Theater. That's the one I would say.
Yeah, 8-Bit Theater.
That's the one I would have said if everyone should read, because that's my favorite. I don't think anyone knows what that is anymore. Because like all the other ones that started around that same time, like Penny Arcade and Control Delete and stuff, not as good, but like they have lasted a lot longer, so like people still know what they are. 8-Bit Theater, I think, stopped doing stuff like 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess Penny Arcade's really good. They've kind of made huge strides. Like they've really branched out and made a big.
They're a media empire now.
Yeah, they're a media empire now. They're not just a webcomic.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't read Penny Arcade.
No, neither do I.
I've seen the famous comics. That's it.
Yeah.
But if you like Final Fantasy and old RPGs, I would say read 8-Bit Theater. That's the best. My favorite webcomic still. And I'm probably
8-Bit
biased.
Theater and Nuclear Power the same one?
Yeah, they're the same thing. That's just what they call it. I don't know why they have different names.
Maybe it started out as nuclearpower.geocities.com. And then that was like before he bought a domain.
I think 8-Bit Theater is like the subtitle or something. I don't know how it works. Don't ask.
Yeah, neither do I.
This is the early internet, like when no one knew what the hell they were doing. So they were like, let's have two names for our comic. Because Nuclear Power doesn't really describe what the comic is. 8-Bit Theater is like, oh, it's an 8-bit sprite comic. That invented sprite comics too, by the way.
Yeah.
Those were big a long time. Not now, but they were a while ago. Like 2006, 2003 to 2008, sprite comics were pretty big.
Yeah. Before sprite games were big.
Yes, well before. Like they predated like the sprite game, indie game resurgence.
Yeah.
Sprite comics. I had a sprite comic for a little while. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did.
I think everyone might have tried at one point to make a sprite
well, because you don't need to be an artist, right? You can just have a sprite comic.
Yeah, and you don't have to be able to draw.
No, you just need to know how to use Photoshop, basically.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it was. And it took a while. Like, it was tedious.
Yes.
But it was fun. I don't remember what it was about. I think it was about, like, people I knew. I just, like, made them into characters that were Final Fantasy. I used, like, Final Fantasy sprites still.
Yeah.
But I think I went to the more 16-bit, like the Final Fantasy 6 era stuff. It was a good comic, man. I did like 20 issues and then I...
Wow, you got way further than me.
Yeah, I got pretty far into that.
I think I tried to make like 2 and was like, nope, this is not for me.
Yeah. I did like 20 and then I stopped. And then I lost interest and I stopped doing it. It was fun, though. I remember when I was a kid, oh my god, I'm bringing back so many memories of, like, weird stuff I did as a teenager. I made, do you remember when, like, the stick figure battle stuff were really big?
Oh, yeah. What were they called?
Zio something.
Zio something?
Those are, I think that was it. Those are, like, they're videos of stick people, like, kicking ass or flash videos. So, like, fighting stuff was pretty big then. I mean, it still is, but, like... stuff that has to do with characters fighting was big. And
Flash animations were a big deal.
Yes, they were. So like I couldn't animate, so I was like, I need to get in on this somehow. So what I did is I made like this giant image of all these sprites from like Final Fantasy games and like old SNES games, like fighting each other with like it was like a giant like, I don't know, it was probably like 3,000 by 3,000 pixels or something. And I used the background of Hyrule Temple from Smash Brothers Melee.
That's awesome.
And so I had all these characters just like duking it out on this like giant
You'd
image.
use like their walking animations and their casting animations.
Yeah. It was cool. But anyway, that's one of the weird things I did. I spent like a long time on that. It took me forever. I don't know why I did it, but
the old internet was way cooler.
The old internet was. That was like when like DeviantArt was like. I mean, it's still a thing, but that's when it was like really.
That was before it was a weird sex thing.
Yeah, like it was like regular weird. It was like my style of weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think we got really off topic there, but yeah, the old internet was pretty cool. All right, I got a weird question for you.
Okay.
All right, you are given 1,000 USD, a rubber band ball, a box of paper clips, and 9 dogs. How do you overthrow the government of Australia over the course of 3 years?
I'm gonna need to hear my ingredients again.
You're in. We can say you're in.
Am I already in Australia?
Yeah, we'll say you're already in Australia.
Because otherwise, I don't. Getting there is going to be a problem with $1,000.
What do you mean?
Because a plane ticket costs more than that to Australia from here.
Oh, yes, that's true. Okay, you're already in Australia. Those are the ground rules. So you have $1,000. You have a rubber band ball. Let's say it's like a. What was a good size? It's like a.
About 5/0. Yes.
You have a 5/0 rubber band ball. Whatever that means. Whatever that means to you. You justify that. You have a box of paper clips, a standard box, like 100 count.
Yeah.
You know, and you have 9 dogs, breed of your choice.
Okay.
And you have to overthrow the government of Australia. You have 3 years to go. What do you do?
Yikes.
This can be a long game, you know? You don't have to do this all at once.
3 years is pretty short, though, with only 9 dogs and $1,000 and a rubber band ball. And
you could rig something up, I think.
Okay, so maybe you could pick a really rare breed of dog, like one of those Egyptian dogs or something.
Australian Shepherd. No,
those are not very rare.
Especially in Australia.
Yes.
Okay, Egyptian something.
Yeah, whatever the most expensive breed of dog is.
Egyptian Malamute.
And then you breed the dogs and sell them and get a lot of money.
Okay.
And
so the $1,000 is like your seed money to breed the dogs, basically.
Yes, you feed them really cheap stuff, and hopefully the puppies come out okay. You basically breed an army of Egyptian dogs.
Okay.
With $1,000.
Okay.
And then sell your Egyptian dog army.
To who? Like Iraq or something?
I don't know. Whoever buys those really expensive dogs.
You sell them to a government that wants to take out Australia.
No. We haven't started on the government
okay.
yet.
Sorry.
You use the $1,000 to like set up a webpage like we got us some really expensive dogs.com.
Okay. I like the website name. And then what do you do?
And then once you have a lot of money, you lobby to have. I don't know if they have that in Australia.
Yeah, they have it.
Yeah, you lobby to put your friend as the leader of the government, and then you just tell your friend what to do.
See, I don't think that's. You started really strong, but then it just didn't work at the end.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't use the rubber bands and paper clips.
What if you did the army of dogs, and then you used the rubber band and paper clips to like fashion some kind of weaponry onto the dogs?
Yeah, like Gizmo in Gremlins, like his
exactly
his paperclip bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Dogs can't. They don't know how to use weapons.
What if you?
Okay, no. I got it. No. Here's what you do. You take your army of dogs deep into the desert and meet the Aborigines.
Okay.
Then you have them construct a skeleton, like you kill all your dogs and have them construct a skeleton dog army.
Wait, what? What's happening?
Maybe they have necromancers or something.
in Australia?
Yeah. And you trade them rubber bands in order to create the skeleton dog army.
Because they want a rubber band.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have any.
Over there.
They're a prized commodity there.
In Australia.
Because they could use them for, like, hunting and spears and stuff. They might actually be valuable.
Yeah.
The paper clips, too. They're pretty sharp.
Yeah, that's a great answer, I think. So my answer would be the same as yours, but instead of doing the weird Aboriginal trade thing with rubber bands, because that doesn't really make any sense, you use the big army of dogs, and you use the rubber bands as, like, a mushing thing, and you, like, take them out to, like, the bush. Isn't that what they call it in Australia?
Yes.
The bush. And then you find all the kangaroos, and you, like, herd them with the dogs.
With the dogs.
Yeah, and you herd them towards, like, wherever the capital of Australia is.
Okay.
And then, like, kangaroos are notably, like, they'll mess shit up, right?
They're aggressive.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like, you let the kangaroos loose on Brisbane or wherever the capital of Australia is.
Yes.
You know.
I think that's a better idea than
What is
Aboriginal necromancy.
Canberra is the capital of Australia. You let it loose in Canberra.
And then you hijack the Capitol building, and it's yours.
And it's yours.
And no one can get past the chaos of the kangaroos and the dog army.
No. They're just, like, they're punching the kangaroos are just punching everyone out.
Yes.
You know, stuff like that. That's basically... Yeah, so that's my answer. Okay. You have any more? Or no? I have one more, if you don't have any.
I'll do one more.
Okay, you'll do one more?
And then you do one more, and then I can do trivia.
All right, sounds good.
I'll do a short one.
Go.
What fictional character's death is the saddest?
That's tough. I feel like this is a spoiler, right?
Yeah, I guess. Spike.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I like how we're on the same page here.
Yeah, that was really sad.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Was it the saddest, though?
I don't know. It's the first one that comes to mind.
What about pretty much any animal movie?
Where the animal dies?
I mean, that's every animal movie.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, it's really sad.
I don't know. Spike was really sad, though.
Yeah, it is. Because, like, you know, you watch, like, 25 episodes, you're like, oh, I really like this guy.
Yeah, like, you're friends with Spike at that point. He's your bro.
He is your bro. Yeah, that's probably going to be number one. I'm trying to think of a movie where the main character dies, and it's really, really sad. I can't really think of anything, honestly. Yeah, I got nothing.
I mean, the new Star Wars mega spoilers.
Spoilers. That is pretty sad.
That was pretty sad. I don't know if it was the saddest though.
No, it wasn't the saddest. It was sad though.
Yeah, Force Awakens though. That was sad.
That was sad. Have you seen the newest Star Wars? Oh, we saw it together. I forgot.
Yes. We have pictures of us lightsaber dueling in front of.
Not go right. I forgot about
yes,
that. But I don't want to spoiler. But like, you can say that and more if you know what I mean.
Someone dies in that movie. Just mega spoiler.
Wink, wink, wink. for those that have seen it, no, they know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Someone died. Wait, no. Someone dies.
Yes. Put the emphasis on the right part of that word.
Someone dies.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm spoiling that movie too much. That wasn't really sad because you don't really know them that well.
Yeah.
Or sorry, the one character that dies.
Yeah. The one.
Someone's going to be so mad. Like, you spoiled the Star Wars.
I don't think anyone that would be listening to this has never seen Star Wars.
Well,
the new
they
ones.
might have not seen the new one yet. Okay. I have one last question, then we can move on to trivia. Are you ready?
Okay.
This one's really depressing. Is it better to have no friends or one bad friend?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a good question. I think it might be better to have no friends than
I
one
would say
bad
no,
friend.
none.
Because, like, one bad friend, you'd like think they're your friend, and then they do something really mean or bad, and you'd be like,
and then you just keep being their friend because they're your one friend.
Yeah, and you'd have like a roller coaster of emotions with your bad friend, right? You'd be like, we're buddies. And it was like, and it's like, With non-friends, at least you have a good, like
it's a steady baseline of constantly sad.
Like you're always sad, but at least you know where your, like, base is, yeah. You know where home is. So
you never go below
you never go below,
because
you never have any friends to begin with. But when something good happens, you know, the only way where you can go from no friends is up. With one bad friend, you're just constantly riding like a wave. You know?
Of down.
Yeah. Up, down, all around, you know? It's bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do trivia now?
Let's do it.
All right. Trivia today. You should look to see if we have any listener questions really quick.
No, we don't have any listener questions.
You're just like, no, we don't. Why would we?
I mean, I'm looking at it.
Check the stream, though? Maybe someone's answering stuff.
No, I really did. We have a viewer. If you have a question, ask us now.
Right now. So the score is 7-8. I'm winning by 1 point. I have 8. You have 7.
Right.
The trivia. Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. The trivia categories today are Australia, bird, and video games. Your choices for a lifeline are 5-second Google, 10-second Bing, 30-second Yahoo, 50-50, Monty Hall, Omegle / Ascarando in rhyme time. What would you
like? I'm going to pick rhyme time.
Oh, you figured out the trick.
I got the trick now. 30-second Yahoo and Ascarando, just because I need a useless one.
I'm so glad you picked that one because like it's the most useless of all the lifelines, but you pick it every time anyway. All right. I'm going to do the video game one first because I think it's the easiest.
Okay.
All right. Who made their first appearance in Sonic Adventure 2 as Knuckles' rival? Was it A, Shadow the Hedgehog, B, Rogue the Bat, C, Big the Cat, or D, Vector the Crocodile?
Her name's not Rogue.
Shut up. Well, what is it then?
It's Rouge.
Whatever. Rouge the Bat? Like the color? Why is it spelled this way then? Wherever I found it was like it's spelled like the other way though. Like Rogue.
Yeah,
is it spelled Ruge?
It's Rouge.
Oh, see, where I was on like some Sonic site and I copied and pasted it and it was spelled like Rogue. That's weird.
It's a common mistake.
Just shows how good my Sonic knowledge is, right?
Yes, it's Rouge the Bat. That's the correct answer.
Oh, Final answer. You mean Rogue the Bat?
Yeah, Rogue the Bat.
I'm sorry, the correct answer was Rogue the Bat, according to my source. Not Rouge, but Rogue. Rouge, is her name really Rouge? That's kind of a dumb name. I like Rogue better.
Yeah, but...
It's like an X-Men, like the X-Men Rogue, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, Rogue, Rouge, whatever the hell her name is correct.
Yeah.
Good job.
Their trademark is really good hip-hop on their stages.
On Rouge the Bat stage?
Yes, and Knuckles.
You know, they're very edgy, right?
I mean, all of the music in
Keith
Sonic
Richards,
Adventure is...
Right? They would listen to some Keith Richards.
Yes.
Call back to that. See? We're long-form podcasts. We do Easter eggs of every previous episode. Okay, next question. Category is bird.
Bird.
What is the average lifespan of a robin? Is it A, 5 years, B, 2 years, C, 12 years, or D, 24 years? Ooh.
I'm going to have to use rhyme time on that one.
Oh, great. All right.
Good luck with that.
I'm going to try to rhyme the whole phrase, okay?
Okay.
The average age of a robin is really swell. The age of the robin, it rhymes with elves.
And what were the answers again?
5, 2, 12, and 24.
Okay. I'm going to go with 12.
Yes, that's correct.
Final answer.
That is correct. That was
Nice.
a bad rhyme.
It was good.
Go ahead. Speaking of rhyme, our final category is Australia. In Australian rhyming slang, if someone said they were going to have a Bo Peep, what would they be doing? Would it be A, sleeping, B, eating, C, using the restroom, or D, cooking meat?
Right. I think we're going to have to go with Ask a Random on this one.
All right.
Hopefully I get someone from Australia.
I mean, we've been talking about Australia a lot this episode. I feel like we do that every episode. We're very fascinated with the country and continent of Australia.
Yeah.
We should go there. We should do an episode there in live.
That's going to be our first gig, is at...
I thought it was in Nebraska.
No, we changed it. It's in Australia.
It's now in Canberra.
That second stop on the tour is Nebraska.
This is like the most inefficient tour ever. Yeah. We start in Australia and we hop over to Nebraska. And then we go to Japan or something.
Siberia.
I was about to say Siberia.
Yeah.
Then we go to Siberia. And then we go to like Antarctica. And then back to
Some bands do that. Some bands are really bad at touring.
Australia and then Nebraska City. Japan. Siberia. And then somewhere in like the Atlantic Ocean, like Cuba or something.
Yes. All right. I am ready to ask a rando. I'm beginning.
Do you need the question again?
Yes. It's Bo Peep, right?
Yeah. In Australian rhyming slang, if someone said they were going to have a Bo Peep, what would they be doing? Sleeping, eating, using the restroom, or cooking meat?
Are you Australian? This is what I'm asking.
That's your opening line.
Are you Australian?
I wonder if there's like an Omegle Austria. Oh, not Austria. Omegle Australia. Like Omegle.au
hey,
or something.
What does Bo Peep mean in Australian slang?
Just say in Australian like it's a language. Do you think there's like an Omegle.au?
If there is, that's where I should be. There's not.
Omegle Australia. No, Omegle Australia. Wait, what? Omegle Australia.
Oh, this isn't working. They're asking for pictures.
It's not working. Oh yeah, Omegle Australia. Oh god, this is bad. I shouldn't do that.
Maybe you shouldn't go there. That might not be what it appears to be.
Talk to strangers. Omegle. Yeah, I went somewhere and there was a video interface and I was like, I'm gonna back out now.
Yeah. These are all robots.
I'm gonna give you 2 minutes left on this one. All right. Tell us what's happening. Give us a play-by-play.
A lot of robots telling me that they want to send me pictures.
Are any of them from Australia, though?
None so far.
That's the important question.
We've got some from California. You can probably take a plane from California to Australia, but...
Probably.
What does Bo Peep mean? Please tell me, stranger person. Okay, none of these people are who they seem to be.
Alright, you have 30 seconds left.
Alright. I'm using this time to Yahoo. Consider my...
You can't do that.
Consider my Yahoo one used.
Oh, yeah, okay, you did pick Yahoo. I forgot about that. Okay, that's fine. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
What does it mean? I hope you can't find this anywhere. That's like some random question someone made up on their site. On their like Australian trivia site. Alright, you have 10 seconds.
Oh no, the answer that I got is not 8, any of yours.
7.
Okay,
6,
all right, say the...
5,
what were the choices?
Sleeping, eating, using the restroom, cooking meat.
Oh no.
3, 2, 1. What do you have?
Sleeping, eating, cooking.
Or using the restroom?
That's not what it says.
What does yours say?
It says have a look.
Have a look.
To look at something. A sly look at something.
I don't know. Maybe I went on the weird Australian site that no one uses.
All right, Bo Peep.
You're gonna have to guess.
Sleeping, cooking, meat, using the restroom.
Using the restroom.
Or what was the last one?
Eating.
I'm gonna say sleeping.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Sleeping is correct.
Oh, thank goodness.
I don't know where I found it. I found it on some site, but it was a PDF file of Australian trivia. So maybe it was just someone's random idea of Australia. I don't know. It's hard to say. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They were doing a project for school or something, and they were like, you know what?
I need a random...
I need one more.
Yeah, and they're like, I need a fake slang or something for Australia. And then someone was like, oh, Bo Peep. This kind of rhymes with sleep. And they're like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, peep, you kind of close your eyes.
Oh, wait, no, it's deeper than that. Bo Peep, sheep. And then you, count
Oh, you count the
sleep.
sheep.
Wow. See, that
all
sounds
rhymes
almost legit,
too.
doesn't it? Yeah, it all rhymes. That's actually kind of good. All right, real quick final question before we wrap up today. How about that?
Yeah, sounds good.
If all Homo sapiens suddenly vanished, which species, if any, do you think would evolve to conquer Earth?
Okay. So if all of the humans vanished, that means that we probably destroyed a lot of habitat.
So you think it'd be the beetle or something like that?
The
cockroach.
Yeah, maybe.
Not the monkeys, not the orangutans or
No, if we couldn't survive, there's no way they could survive. We're so much better at that than they are.
So maybe maybe it would be cockroaches.
Yeah, that's like a Starship Troopers kind of thing. The humans exterminate themselves, and
maybe that's the origin story for Starship Troopers.
So what species are we kind of the limiting factor for? The reason this species can't just overwhelm everything is because of humans.
Kind of think birds, right?
Rats.
Yeah. I guess rats.
Yeah, I'll say rodents, rats.
Rodents. Because we control them.
Yeah, as best we can, and even then, they're a big problem.
They still get everywhere.
Yeah, I was watching a really scary documentary on Netflix about rats, and it was a really dramatic exterminator going hey, I've exterminated rats for the last 20 years. Let me tell you about these critters.
They get everywhere.
They get everywhere. They're in your bed. They're in your food.
They're in your mouth.
They're in your mouth. They're behind you right now.
They're under your ear. They're in your food.
I see them when I close my eyes.
Yeah, rats. That would be scary. But yeah, that's a pretty good answer. I think a bird or something.
Birds.
We always cut forests down, so the birds have to die off or fly somewhere else.
Oh, true.
Otherwise, they would take over. I don't know. That's my thing.
They are kind of, without monkeys, they are pretty much. They are apex predators. Rats are not apex predators. Yeah. Birds eat rats.
Yeah. Birds of prey. I think they would take over.
Owls and eagles.
Ooh, owls, yeah.
This is Planet of the Apes, except you have owls and eagles and falcons. That would be awesome.
Sweet movie, Planet of the Birds or something.
Yeah.
And they're all anthropomorphized birds, and the owls would be the wise men or whatever of the tribe.
Yeah, they're the chimpanzees.
And the hawks are the warriors, right?
Yeah, they're the gorillas.
And what's a social animal? A social bird.
The orangutans in the book?
Hummingbird, yeah, or a mockingbird or something.
Those aren't birds of prey, though. They would die. The owls would eat all of them.
That's true. The eagles maybe would be the more social ones. They keep they're the law ones. You know what I mean? The leaders.
Maybe vultures are the warriors.
I don't know about vultures.
Or
they would be the Undertakers or something.
Yeah. They eat the other birds.
Eagles would be in the leadership government positions.
Right.
The hawks would be in warriors, and then the owls would be the scientists.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
the
the vultures
parallels
would be
with
like
Planet of the Apes are really
yes. And
are
the
there.
vultures would be like in society, but they would be like lower castes.
Yeah.
You know?
They would wear those like plague masks from Italy in like the 1600s. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know exactly.
Yes.
And they wear like long robes or something.
Yeah.
Oh, and they could be like exiled. Like the vultures could be exiled from the bird.
Yeah, the birds like
Bird
send
city.
all of their refuse and their corpses to the exiled area where the vultures are.
They like eat it and like clean it up or whatever. But then one night, a vulture comes back with some terrible news, and he's like in like a dark cloak with the
And he's like,
the
a
mask
human
thing.
has landed on our planet.
Yes. And he's in like the plague doctor thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, caw, or something. And that's the beginning of the movie. And it's raining really hard.
Yes.
And it's like all washed out blue color. See, I'm just imagining the like first 5 minutes of this
Birds
movie.
don't have hands,
That's
but
fine.
they do have
wings.
feet. Question mark.
They have wings. That would be
They
fine.
would just do everything with their mouth and their feet.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Like they hold things with their mouth or whatever.
Yeah.
Like all their weapons are like held in their mouth, and they like throw their mouth around to like attack or whatever. Or some of them like don't even have a weapon; they just sharpen their beak a lot, and then they like stab people with it or whatever.
They have like. How does. Right.
What?
How do birds get into like metal smithing?
Like, how does that progress? Like,
Yeah, how do they
evolution-wise?
progress as a species?
I don't know. That's a good question. How did humans get into metal?
They'll just have to evolve hands.
Yeah,
They'll become birdmen.
yeah. Or their like wings will evolve like appendices.
Maybe they can't fly
Appendages.
anymore. They're just like humans with feathers.
That would be weird.
They've evolved to be.
Some of
Just
the
sort of.
birds still can fly, and they're like outcast birds or something.
Yeah, the vultures.
Yeah, because they need to be able to fly so they can scrounge for food.
Yeah.
I like this. Planet of the Birds. I don't know who the lead human would be in this movie, though. Probably like Tom Hardy or something like that.
I was thinking.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I mean, how about wait? What's his name? John C. Reilly.
What?
He'd be good.
As the lead person?
I mean, you can't make this movie like a serious movie because
Okay,
Planet of the
alright,
Apes
alright,
exists. It has to be. There has to
Sure.
be an element of humor there.
He could be the main human.
It's John C. Reilly.
Because the humans are like, you're a useless human being. We exile you to the bird planet or something.
Yes.
Sounds good. Sounds like my kind of movie.
Yeah.
All right. You want to wrap this thing up?
All right. I'm ready to wrap it up.
All right. This has been the TimeBat Show episode number 18. I'm Time Aces.
And I'm Bat Snacks.
And remember, when you have been sad,
Do it like Dad.
good night, everyone.
Good night.